Before I say a single word, I want you to do something. It takes 5 seconds, and it will prove everything I am about to tell you. Wherever you are right now, look around the room and quickly find every single thing that is the color brown. Actually do it. Point your eyes around and count the brown things. Got them? Now, without looking again, tell me this. How many red things were around you? You have no idea. And they were right there the whole time. Same room, plain sight. But I told you to look for brown, so red quietly disappeared. Your eyes were wide open, and you still could not see it. Now here is a thought I need you to sit with. What if your whole life has been running exactly like that? What if the reason you cannot see the money, or the opportunity, or the way out is not that it is missing, but that you have spent years telling your mind to look for something else entirely? Because this is a thing almost nobody understands about how a life gets built. You do not get what you want. You do not even get what you work for. Not really. You get what you observe. Whatever you keep your attention on, day after day, is what quietly grows into your reality. And that one blind spot may have already cost you more than you think. The opportunities that sat right in front of you, unseen. The relationships that slowly went cold. The version of your life that was one small shift away the entire time. So stay with me, because by the end of this, I am going to hand you one simple practice that starts flipping this in a matter of days. Not years, days. But first, you have to see the trap, because you cannot escape what you cannot see. And if you think that brown and red trick was a fluke, let me tell you about one of the most famous experiments in the history of psychology. Researchers asked people to watch a short video of players passing a basketball and to count the passes. Simple. But partway through, a person in a full gorilla costume walked slowly into the middle of the screen, stopped, beat their chest, and strolled off. Afterward, they asked one question. Did you see the gorilla? And about half the people had no idea what they were even talking about. They had stared straight at it and never saw a thing, because they were counting passes. They were not looking for a gorilla, so a gorilla, in plain sight, beating its chest, simply did not exist for them. Let that land. Half of them blind to something obvious. Not because their eyes failed, but because their attention was aimed somewhere else. So here is the uncomfortable question I want you to actually answer. What is walking through the middle of your life right now, arms waving, that you cannot see because you have been too busy counting your problems? Because be honest about what you actually look at in a normal day. You wake up, reach for your phone, already braced. You open your bank app and your eyes go straight to the number that scares you. You pass a mirror and land on the one flaw. You think about your goals and feel only how far away they still are. You scroll and you clock every single person who seems further ahead than you. All day long, without ever choosing it, you have been observing lack, absence, the gap, and the whole time you have been calling it being honest. But your attention is not a passive little camera. It does not just watch. It feeds. Whatever you observe, you amplify. Whatever you keep staring at, you grow. So the person who keeps noticing how broke they are is not being realistic. They are watering it. The person who keeps replaying what went wrong is not processing it. They are rehearsing it and quietly placing an order for more of the same. You have felt this. You just did not know its name. Have you ever bought a certain car and then suddenly started seeing that exact car everywhere? Psychologists call it the frequency illusion. The cars did not multiply overnight. They were always there. The only thing that changed was your attention. The second you told your mind that car matters, your mind started showing it to you on every street. And that is not a cute quirk. It is a machine running in your head right now. At the base of your brain sits a filter called the reticular activating system. Its only job is to decide what actually reaches your awareness out of the millions of signals hitting you every second. Because if you noticed all of it, you would drown. So it lets through only what you have told it matters. And you tell it what matters by what you keep giving your attention to. Stare at lack, and your own brain quietly decides, got it, this is what we care about. And it starts serving you proof of lack on every corner. But teach it to look for opportunity, and it will start handing you opportunities you would have sworn were not there yesterday. They were. You were just tuned to a different channel. Now here is the part that lets you off the hook, at least a little. If your mind slides toward the negative on its own, that is not a character flaw. You were built this way. Your brain runs something scientists call a negativity bias. To your ancestors, missing good news meant a slightly worse afternoon. But missing one threat, one predator, one danger meant death. So the brain learned to weight the negative far heavier than the positive, to hunt for what is wrong, to remember the insult and forget the compliment. That wiring kept your ancestors alive. And now, in a world that is mostly not trying to kill you, that exact same wiring is quietly running your attention straight into the ground. So no, you are not cursed. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are just running ancient survival software in a life it was never designed for. But here is a sentence that changes everything. Software can be rewritten, and it starts with where you aim your eyes. Now, right about here, a voice in your head pipes up. It says, I am not being negative. I am just being realistic. Let me say something that might sting, because you need to hear it. Most people who call themselves realists are just pessimists who found a more respectable word for it. Nobody wants to be the negative one. So instead they say, I am only facing facts. But watch what that voice actually does all day. It scans for what could go wrong. It braces for the letdown. It calls hope naive. That is not realism. That is pessimism in a nicer outfit. And I'm not asking you to lie to yourself. I'm telling you something sharper and far more useful. The world you look for is the world you will find. Both worlds are real. They are sitting on the same street, in the same day, inside the same life. The only question is which one your attention has been trained to see. Let me show you exactly how this plays out. Picture someone starting a new job, already convinced the people there do not like them. So they watch for it. And now every neutral face looks cold. Every short reply feels like proof. So they stop reaching out because why bother? They pull back. They go quiet. And everyone around them, feeling that distance, pulls back too. And within a month, it is true. Nobody there is close to them. Not because the world confirmed their fear, because their attention built the exact thing it was watching for. They did not predict their reality. They authored it, one observation at a time. And they never even knew they were holding the pen. Or picture two people in the same marriage, keeping two very different ledgers. One keeps a running tally of every way their partner falls short. The forgotten thing, the sharp tone, the small letdown. The other keeps a tally of every kindness. The coffee made without being asked. The text in the middle of the day. The way they showed up. Same partner, same house, same days. But one of them is slowly falling out of love, and the other is slowly falling deeper in. And this is not a soft little idea. The psychologist John Gottman spent decades studying real couples, and he could predict which marriages would survive with almost unsettling accuracy, using a ratio. The relationships that thrived kept about 5 positive moments for every 1 negative. The ones that fell apart had simply let the negative take over the lens. Same events, different attention. 2 completely different endings. So by now you might be thinking, okay, but how do I actually change what I see? And here is the good news, and it is bigger than it sounds. You do not have just one way in. You have 3. There are 3 dials on the instrument of your state: your body, your thoughts, and your feelings. And all 3 are wired together, so the moment you turn one, the other 2 start to follow. You do not have to fix everything at once. You just reach for the dial that turns easiest for you. For some people, that dial is physical. Change your space, and your whole state shifts with it. Clean the room. Open the window. Put one beautiful thing where you can see it. There is a reason a single painting can change how a person thinks. If that is you, use it. Change what surrounds you, and let the rest rise up to meet it. For others, the easiest dial is thought. You picture something vividly, and it pulls real emotion out of you almost instantly. If that is you, aim your imagination on purpose, and let your feelings and your body catch up. And for others, it is feeling. You can reach straight for gratitude, or calm, or quiet joy, and shift your whole state from the inside out. If that is your gift, start there. You do not need all 3 at once. Find the one door that opens easiest. Walk through it, And because all three are connected, you will find yourself standing in the whole room. So here is the practice I promised you. The one thing I actually want you to do, starting today. And it is so simple, it is almost insulting, which is exactly why it works. I want you to start looking at your life through rose-tinted glasses. On purpose. And before you roll your eyes, no, this is not the fake, forced, everything is wonderful nonsense. If something needs handling, you handle it. If something is genuinely wrong, you see it clearly and you act. This is not about going blind to danger. It is about where your attention rests when it is not being dragged somewhere by an emergency. The default direction of your gaze. So make it a game. From today, you are on a scavenger hunt, and the prize is the good, the small beauty, the thing that went right, the reason to be grateful, the quiet evidence that something is actually working in your favor. Remember the brown things in your room? This time you are hunting for the gold, and your mind will find it, because finding what you told it to look for is exactly what it is built to do. And this is not just poetry. In one well-known study, researchers had one group write down a few things they were grateful for each week, and another group write down their hassles. After just 10 weeks, the gratitude group were measurably happier, more optimistic, and even physically healthier. Same lives, same weeks. The only thing that changed was what they were told to look for. And it goes deeper than mood. Researchers have found that positive emotion literally widens your perception. When you feel good, you see more options, more connections, more paths forward. Fear narrows you down to the single threat in front of you. Gratitude opens you back up to the possibilities that were there all along. So when you go hunting for the good, you are not just feeling nicer. You are physically expanding how much of your own life you are even able to see. So do this for even a few days, and something strange starts to happen. You begin noticing opportunities you would have walked straight past. Ideas show up. Beautiful things, small at first, start finding their way to you. Not because the universe suddenly changed its mind about you, but because you finally turned the lens toward them. And what you observe, you amplify. And what you amplify grows. So let me leave you with the truth this all comes down to. You have spent years being told to work harder, want more, chase better. And this whole time, the single most powerful tool you owned was sitting right behind your eyes. Your attention. And you were aiming it like a weapon at everything you were most afraid of. You were never powerless here. You were just pointed the wrong way. And turning that aim cost nothing, and it can begin in the next 60 seconds. So ask yourself right now, where is my attention? What is it feeding? What is it growing? That is the only question that matters. So put on the glasses, go hunting for the good, and watch your life quietly begin to rearrange itself to match the world you finally decided to see. If this reached you, leave 3 words in the comments. I see it now. subscribe, and stay with me, because the next one goes even deeper into how your attention is building your reality right now as you breathe. Your life has been waiting for you to look the right way, and now you finally know how.